This is Dayton, Nevada, the valley. Here's my neighborhood. And horses. And they're native to this area. Wild horses. Here's a man-made sort of construction of earth, linking into this naturally formed water runoff area. If you were to come across this walking out of the neighborhood, out of your house, and going north towards the mountains, to find this structure, you might be confused or wonder what is the purpose of it. And then you follow it from that end down to here. Well, it leads into the waterway, formed by loads of water falling from the sky up in those mountains and all around the desert, and funneling itself here. And when it does rain like that, this structure wouldn't be so useful, because it's keeping up, it's really just keeping water from falling into the neighborhood over there. And if not the neighborhood, then it would have been the highway. There's a reason excavators and machines came down here to make this, because anywhere else you go from this point on, there's nothing like that. There's nothing like this, starting from way back there to here, structure of just dug out dirt with a hump on the end facing infrastructure, or just homes and highways. That's really all there is over there. It's just the houses. Right beyond that is the highway. This is a bit more of a new area developed, which might make sense for some of these plants on top of this area. Aren't really super old, and there's not a lot of them, not like over on that side. But who knows? I'm sort of guessing. I'm not sure if this is accurate entirely, but I find it interesting. Walking from your house just out here, which is a little under a mile, you'll find this and you'll be like, what the fuck is this all about? And that's the only thing that makes sense to me, that I've been able to think of. It would make sense, because in the deserts, like here, every 100 years is predicted to hold in it 1 year where rainfall is unlike any other year within that 100-year period. And it is just absolutely, I think it's El Nino. It's one of those mystical forces of nature. I'm sure there's a cool name for it. So every 100 years, there will be a lot of rain coming down from the sky. And I'm sure even less than that, there will be a lot of rain coming down, even in years where more than once every 100 years, but it would all come down into here and keep these houses safe, keep the roads safe, at least try to. So people can live their life, and continue to do that. It's cool to see this. It's kind of a safety thing, you'd think. More than anything, it really is. As we take in the natural landscape, it's not interrupted by anything such like this. Unless you get up into those mountains, there's a mine on this side, and then also there's mines in those mountains behind, which you'll find more disturbed land, or at least just been truffled through by people who are excited to find precious minerals. Yeah. I might go on another time of saying what I've seen over here, this tree, this large tree. the remains of some kind of a structure. At least a small structure, nothing really super huge, or who knows what it was for exactly. My assumption though is that that tree, whatever. Let's save that for another time because maybe I could do something with that. But it's cool because this whole area has history on it, and you would never think that it would. Like, just living in those houses, you would never think to, well, very little would come to think about walking over this direction just to see what's over there, because no trails, no roads, only this gully, whatever thing. It's pretty much the only path you can take, and even that is a lot more. It's like walking on, just like this. It's not a friendly path for the everyday person, which I think a good deal of us are, just not doing this kind of stuff because it doesn't make any sense to go do it. But that's why you have people on the internet for, to show you what that's like and what it could entail. Look at this. I don't know where that came from, who made it, if someone even did make it. I'm sure someone did. In fact, maybe it was me and I don't remember. But it's cool. You don't really see, like, to think that, oh, this is just not just some wild land, but someone might have actually entertained themselves here, or entertained something they're enjoying, which is putting rocks together to make a little thing. I don't know. It's cool. There's a lot of cool things that can go unnoticed, and I'm sure if you're a geologist, you have a wild time out here. Or if I guess if you're a geologist, you'd have a great time because there's a lot of rocks, a lot of different characters. The plants are mostly the same. Sage. This being sage, it's dried up because it's been so hot. There's other plants. I don't know what these are. I actually haven't looked too much into them. Just sage. And then there's a lot of these things. They're seasonal, it seems. They come up every spring, and they make it really hard to walk through the desert because they stick to your shoes and impale your feet. Kind of like how seeds get spread when they get attached to dogs. But it makes it absolutely miserable to traverse through here as you come back home and spend 15 minutes to 20 minutes picking all the little seeds out of your socks and shoes, only to continue to be poked by them later on because you missed a few. But they are seasonal. They're not here all year round. They go away around this time, I'm finding. And they're here. They haven't left. They're just not going to stick to you as badly. As long as you're not going through any packs of them, such as these. If you just stay on the less sticky path, you'll be fine. Further back though, past this tree, which was the one I was saying had the structure, or remnants of a structure, towards the mountains, not all the way over there, but coming up on them, you'll find a few areas of interest. Maybe one area of interest in particular that I have recently come across, where it is all these rusty cans, just lots of rusty cans. They're all pretty similar. A few other, like maybe 4 different varieties of cans are just strewn about, and they're just all over there. They are. I'm not sure why that's over there. It's kind of feels to me why someone would want to set up over there. Like this tree, I would understand. It's out here. I'll point it out. The area is right around where my little finger is on the screen. And this is that tree where the structure is. I don't understand the structure and why people want to hang out over there. There's shade. But back there, where it's all open, it doesn't make sense to me that you would hang out in the sunlight like that. Unless it was an evening thing. This must have been some sort of a trail that people would use to come across, because the leading up to those mountains, you find just random piles of stuff. Same over there. on this side of the hill, you'll find that, well, more in the distance, the background, you'll find just little patches of land where people looked like they had camped and ate or had breakfast. It's just like obvious. So there's history like that. It's like weird little just quirky things. I don't know. It's genuine. It's real genuine history. It's not some shit you just go to the fucking museum to look at. You're living it. You find like, damn, some guy had coffee over here and threw his tin can around because he just didn't care or didn't want to hold on to it anymore. So he could, have a lighter load, whatever. Lighter load while he's going up to his steep job, which is in the mountains, that has him in a crouched position all day and shitty conditions. I mean, it's like a way of life is kind of in the ground, and all it takes is to just walk around a little bit and stumble upon it. Really have the chance to do that. Getting that chance in your favor to stumble upon these things, because otherwise they're museum things to be seen in a museum, and then not always are they represented in the way that can be taken interest from just the same interest as just stumbling upon it wildly out, where it's been found. It's in a way like an archaeologist, but way less educated. It really only takes an idiot or a fool to come across these things, who's willing to leave the comfort of their home and safety of their home to fuck around in the desert and end up possibly like that, a bone. I mean, it's a heavy bone, but yeah, cool stuff, fun stuff, desert exploration out here.